Welcome to the MRC GTTCC. This is Pro-Am 2 lobby from week 2, second race of the week, so effectively round 4 of the championship here at Laguna, Seca. Going to be an interesting one, because obviously the tyre wear factor around Laguna can be varying between the different cars. For instance, the FF cars will wear quicker than those around it, such as the four-wheel drive and the rear-wheel drive. So let's have a look at the grid lineup for Laguna Seca. So on pole position, we have Hammercat 42 in the Scirocco. He is starting on the super soft compounded tyre, so maybe looking for a pit stop during the race. Quinn B is in the McLaren. He's on super softs. In the TT, we have Rocky Rich. He's also gone super softs all around. Wooder 76, he's in the Aston Martin. He's gone soft fronts, super softs rear, so maybe looking to do a no stop with the slightly harder compound front tyres. In the Jaguar, we have Azeroth, super softs all around for him. Mr. Dre in the Subaru WRX, he's gone super softs all around as well. Walmid, super soft all around in his TT, so again, probably looking for a one-stop strategy halfway through the race. MRC Lager in the TT, he's also gone super softs, with Jambo in the Scirocco, softs all around, so could potentially be doing a stop, but maybe looking to stretch it for a no-stop strategy. Pilgrim Paddy is in the NSX. He's gone soft all around, so again, he'll probably be looking for a no-stop strategy, try and get to the end. GT Raffo, soft front, super soft rear on his McLaren. DRC Mung in the Michelin Audi TT, he's gone medium front tyres and super soft rear, so definitely looking for a no-stop strategy, because the pit lane time is around, it's going to cost you about 20 to 25 seconds around Laguna Seca. And Shell Shock is in the NSX. At the back, he's gone softs all around. So, without further ado, we're here at Laguna Seca. 2.238 miles long, 11 corners, built in 1957 in California, USA. Salon to be precise, the revs rise, and we're underway for race 2 of Pro-Am 2, week 2 of MRC GTTCC. And it looks like Quinn's got the best getaway. He's into the lead, going down towards the Andretti hairpin of turn 2. But he does have Wooders down the inside. Bit of contact as they enter the hairpin. Can Quinn get back down the inside? Can't quite, so Wooders now leads. GT Raffo's had a mega start in his McLaren there. Now Halford's man up into 4th place, because he's gone wide through turn 3. Up to turn 4 they go for the first time. There's Walmid in 5th. Hammercat's gone down 6th. Shell Shock is up to 7th from last place on the grid. So we just go back through Pilgrim Paddy in his NSX. Got up to 9th at this point. Jambo, that is Rocky Rich going backwards. DRC Monk. So obviously in the front wheel drive, hasn't been able to get it off the line very well. Goes around the outside of Rocky Rich, back of the front, and it's Raffo making the moves down the inside. Oh, that's looked all a little bit interesting. Then let's quickly go back. So we're heading up towards the corkscrew, and just a slight touch, and Walvin's gone round. That is also Mr. Dre in the corkscrew. Raffo is now up into 3rd place, up into 2nd. Wooders runs a bit wide. Quinn, he had a bit of a moment somewhere. So through. Oh yes, he's lost the backhand through the corkscrew, and that's just allowed Raffo and Shell Shock to get through. 2nd and 3rd for them in respect. But Raffo now right on the back of Wood. He's going to go switch back through turn 10. Can Wooders get back up the inside for the final turn, turn 11? He is down the inside. Bit of door rubbing. They both go a bit wide, and Shell Shock takes the invitation without delay. straight into first place for the NSX man. Raffo is going to take second, but Wooders is right on him coming down through turn 1 into the Andretti hairpin. Backs out of it, and it's going to allow Quinby round the outside. So the Samsung man up into the top 3 after probably a disappointing first race at Bathurst. Pilgrim Paddy up into 5th place at the moment, on the back of Wooders as they head up towards turn 5. Wooders also looking down the inside of Quinby, gets down the inside, bit of curb taken from Pilgrim Paddy. He's going to get past Quinby as well. Good move there from Wooders, and that looks like Jambo down the inside of Quinby just before we head up towards the corkscrew. Quinby has DRC Mung just behind the Audi TT. So looking to make places back up along with that Scirocco, because and that is a bit of carnage. That is definitely DRC Mung sideways. Let's have a look back at that. So on board with DRC Mung, let's go back to Walmid. 2 Michelin guys definitely got caught up with each other. So up into... Oh, that's a bit interesting. DRC Mung lost the back end under braking going into the corkscrew. Walmid had nowhere to go. That's Pilgrim Paddy off. He's gone off in the corkscrew. This is all very strange, really. I mean, with Pilgrim Paddy then up towards the corkscrew, people are coming up to it. Just losing the back end, under braking into the corkscrew. Oh, and he gets a little bit of a love tap to finish off. So the Castrol man has his work cut out now. He's down into 8th place. Shellshock still leads from Raffo. Then it's Jambo, the highest placed front wheel drive car. He does have damage from hitting Pilgrim Paddy at the corkscrew. Across the line on his soft tyres. Walmid currently in 4th. See, the TT a fairly popular choice this season in GTTCC. Some people will be picking it because of how quick it is, possibly to try and help them, because obviously the first race everyone in the Ferrari 458 Italias might not be everyone's strongest car, so some people may be looking at trying to just help. And that's Wooders round. I believe he's just going to go wide here at turn 3. Hammercat just behind. Yeah, car just understeers off into the gravel, and around the Aston goes. Quick fit driver down to 7th. Just about getting out of the way of Azeroth and Mr. Dre. Pilgrim Paddy not too far behind these two. Got Jaguar versus Subaru heading up towards turn 5. Mr. Dre looks to the inside. It's a good looking move, but Azeroth should get the run on that wider line to be able to get the power down earlier. Turn 6, just one line through here. If you're going to make a move through there, you've got to trust that the other driver you're racing will give you the room. And Pilgrim Paddy has a beautiful run out of 6 through 7 into 8 of the corkscrew, and Paddy up into 8th place. Will be looking at 7th now. Switches it through 9. Can't quite get alongside. He's got to be careful because Mr. Dre's also not too far behind him. Into the last corner. Again, Pilgrim Paddy looks to the outside, decides better of it, looking for a switch. Just better traction though, but looks for Azeroth is a little bit sideways. As they head all the way down over the hill towards the Andretti hairpin. Paddy down the inside. Should be done deal for the NSX. Is a done deal. Doesn't look like the Jaguars got the nimbleness to switch that one back. So Pilgrim Paddy starting his recovery after his off at the corkscrew. Meanwhile, Hammercat's having a bit of a quiet race in 6th place. He's got super softs all around, so those tyres will start to wear probably around the 15-minute mark, possibly earlier, depending on how he treats them. There's Quinn B, Jambo in 4th. Walmid in his Michelin TT currently in 3rd, but the two up front, GT Raffo and Shell Shock, absolutely running away with it for the 1st and 2nd places, but Shell Shock just got the edge over Raffo in the first 6 minutes of this race. There's Woodard, he's unfortunately dropped to the back. Diossi Mung isn't having a great race. Mung finishing 2nd at Bathurst in the 458. He's been ghosted for a long time in the number 10 car. I think he was in Bob mode. He crosses the line, so it looks like he's now fully back in control. Azeroth is down to 11th now, so he's obviously had an incident somewhere. There's Rocky Ridge, Lega, Mr. Dre. Hammercat has been passed by Pilgrim Paddy, and it looks fairly recent as well. So what has happened here? Oh, Hammercat's run wide onto the gravel. Luckily not spun, obviously keeping the front end pinned. So he's now got Pilgrim Paddy behind him, going through turn 3, just gets a little bit sideways, loses momentum, and through goes Pilgrim Paddy. The Castrol man passing the HKS man as they head now towards turn number 5. There is Walmid, still in 3rd. Jambo still keeping Quinn B behind. The Samsung driver just getting a penalty through the corkscrew. Obviously there is no particular rule about getting rid of your penalty. You don't have to get rid of it in a certain place, certain area, as long as you get rid of it during the race. You see there Quinn trying to just brake earlier, get rid of it, and regroup to try and get on the back of Jambo for 4th place. Hammercat's re-overtaken Pilgrim Paddy. Where has he done that? Oh, Pilgrim Paddy has had an interesting... What he does, so he's come through 9, up to 10. He's got through 10. Oh, he's clipped the outside, and it's sent him straight across. No grip out there whatsoever. Good driving there from Paddy to keep that under control, not spin out straight into the path of Hammercat. So Hammercat up into 6th place again. These two have a nice gap to 8th place of Mr. Dre. Lega is gradually reeling in the Subaru, the TT. Looking to close the gap. I mean, that TT should be closing in on the Subaru down the straights like you wouldn't believe. Lega, there is Rocky Ridge. Obviously, because of the way the tyre wear works around Laguna, this tends to be the time you get when drivers just almost keep station, just try and keep their tyres in good nick. I mean, Pilgrim Paddy soft tyres, they've done 9 minutes and they hardly look like they've worn at all. Let's say it's about 20 to 25 seconds for a pit stop round Laguna Seca. It's a very long pit lane. So if you're going to make a pit stop, you've got to make it early enough that you can use the advantage of the newer tyres to close the gap, overtake those in front of you, but also late enough that your tyres aren't destroyed by the end of the race. It's a really fine margin. as we come up to a third of the way through this race. Those decisions will have to be made. But this time, Pilgrim Paddy managing to get through. Hammock out wide in turn 4. And the NSX through up into 6th place. He's got a bit of a gap now to Quinn and Jambo, who are fairly close on circuit together. Although it looks like Quinn is gradually dropping away from the Scirocco. Got to be careful with that McLaren through the corkscrew. It's rear-engined. Which means the weight transfer from rear to front, then side to side, makes that a little bit of a tail-happy car sometimes in the corkscrew, but he's driving well. Staying with Jambo. I'm surprised Jambo's not just pulled away, really. The front, Walmid, 127.2 fastest lap, 127.9 last time around, 128.1 for GT Raffo. So Walmid on the move to start closing in the guys at the front. He is on super soft tyres though. Is he now looking at pulling away from those behind? I mean, what is his gap to those behind? He's got 11.8 seconds, so not quite a pit stop yet. But I do wonder whether this is Walmid now pulling the pin and trying to build that gap to those behind, so maybe he can jump in the pit, get out in front, back in 3rd place, and try and then use the tyres to start to reel in the top 2. Remember, Raffo's got soft fronts, super soft rears, and Shell Shock has softs all around. And obviously they will wear come the end of the race, so if Walmid can get himself some clean air after a pit stop, he could start to reel them in quite quickly. The Michelin driver could have just put himself in a really good position come the end of this race if he can get onto his new set of tyres and come out with very little to no traffic. Hammercat running a little bit wide coming out of turn 9. There is Mr. Dre, Lega, Rocky Rich in the quick fit car. DRC Mung has managed to overtake Azeroth. Nope, something's happened there. Let's go back. So we've gone through turn 5, through 6, up to 7, this little flick right, and into the corkscrew now. MRC, DRC Mung down the inside, bit of contact again, he loses the rear end of the TT, under braking, unfortunately collects Azeroth. We are down to 12 men, Wooders has retired, but Mung having tremendous issues under braking into the corkscrew, and it's doing him no favours whatsoever right now because he's trying to make up places in a car that in reality is probably the fastest on the grid, as proven by Walmid, his teammate. He done 28.5 last time around, so he is that advantage he's got is gradually wearing away as the front tyres wear. But Mung finding it very difficult right now to get that car stopped under braking. There's Hammercats. This could be interesting. Rocky Rich and Lega. Lega looks like he's losing a bit of time. He's on the super soft compound. Has he actually been into the pits? Because they don't know that they've been used very much. I mean, it could just be the way he's treating them. It's quite nice on the car. Through the corkscrew for Lega. Not too far behind, and that's Azeroth off at the corkscrew. This time he's definitely gone on his own accord. So you got the Phelan family decal on the front supporting Philip Hill and his family. Yeah, he's just gone in way too fast in the corkscrew. Hit the gravel. He's going to lose the place to Mung. Mung now up into 11th place. Azeroth into 12th. Not ideal for him. It's a very spread out race right now, though. Well, there, Quinby, Jambo still not too far away from each other, but they are losing tremendous amount of time to Walmud, who's still in the 28s. How is that gap looking now? It's at 16.2, so it is gradually coming to a point where Walmud can get into the pits. And he is starting, he's continuing, shall I say, to catch Raffo. However, Shellshock is still lapping well. And 28.3 last time around for Shellshock. 28.7 for Walmud. So Walmud's losing time to Shellshock, but gaining on Raffo. What's Raffo done that time around? A 29.4. So the McLaren starting to use its tyres a little bit by the seams of it. Almost better. Sorry, it's almost worse than the front-wheel drive TT. Quinn is in the pit lane. So he's decided now is the time, at the 15-minute mark, to come in for a fresh set of boots. And Jambo is on his own in 4th place. What's the timings now? It's 18.3. Walmud surely will be looking to maybe come in for a pit stop then. He's got just under a pit stop worth, I reckon. And it could be very advantageous for him in his fight for getting up to Raffo, Shellshock. So TT is looking quick on fresh tyres. It will rip time out of the NSX and McLaren. And let's see what he does. Does he come in? The answer is yes, he does. He knows he's pretty much got a pit stop in hand over Jambo. Jambo's just coming through the corkscrew. So this could set in a chain of events at the top order. With Walmud in, he's going to be mega quick. Jambo stays out. The Pilgrim Paddy just behind the two Castrol boys. Where is Walmud? There he is. He's just coming out of the pits now. There goes Jambo. You can see Walmud on the inside. Walmud's going to keep his place. So Walmud is out in clean air. That is not what was required. That's Shellshock and he's off. I thought I saw a spinner. So he's come up to Azeroth to lap him, and he's looks like he's just caught the curb. So he's caught Azeroth very quickly here. Through turn 5. Yeah, he's just clipped the gravel on the outside. On the dirt. Azeroth gone wide. Shellshock's almost followed him. Very strange, but that is going to be helpful for Walmud in his quest for the top 2. Because Shellshock was getting away from Raffo and Walmud, and now he's behind Raffo. So we'll have a look at the gap between... Ooh, Raffo's in the pits. Raffo is in the pits. Shellshock is staying out. So the question now is this man. Where is Walmud going to come out in relation to Raffo? He is right on Raffo, really, before his pit stop. And this should be a quick lap on a fresh set of boots. there is Rafa on the inside. He is going to be overtaken by Walmid. Walmid has done him in the pit stops. A 29.7 outlap, not bad at all from the Michelin driver. Rafa is going to come out behind him by a good few seconds as well. .145.8 in lap for Rafa compared to 144.7 in lap for Walmid. A 129.7 out lap for Walmid. What can Rafa do on his out lap? I can only assume it will not be as quick as that TT. And the question is, what is the gap between first and second? The gap now is 11.5. And surely Walmid's going to have the tyre advantage to start closing the gap to Shell Shock. He's got a purple second sector. Through 10, up to 11 for the final corner. Does he set the fastest lap of the race? He's on a 27.2 already. Yes, he does. He puts in a 126.9. The first man in, this is the 26s. And Shell Shock has only managed a 1 minute 30.2 that time around. The soft compound tyres starting to wear. Walmid closing in. That he's just taken 3 seconds out of Shell Shock. 9 seconds is the gap and closing. Azeroth getting lapped from Walmid, but Walmid knocked through as clean as he would have liked, or as quickly as he would have liked. Raffo, Jambo, Paddy, Quinby in 6th place. Now Quinby's on fresh tyres compared to Jambo and Paddy, so it'll be interesting to see how that one works out. Hammercat's currently on worn super soft. I'm surprised he hasn't just made a pit stop. I think he just has enough in hand. He's got 18.3, which, as we've seen from Walmid, is enough to get in and out without losing your place. So I'd like to think that Hammercat might come in for a pit stop, because otherwise Mr. Dre in 8th place, who's on fresh tyres, will start to catch him. DRC Monk still on his medium front tyres. DRC Monk really not had the best race for him this round. He's ahead of Lego, Rocky Rich in 11th, and Azeroth in last. Meanwhile, Walmid 27.9 last time around, a 29.6 for Shell Shock. So that gap still closing, still coming down. This is really where the interesting, like, almost tactical battle comes into play between Walmid and Shell Shock. Obviously, Shell Shock now, no point in him going for a pit stop. He pretty much is now going to the end of the race on the set of soft tyres he started with. He's been given a bit of a kick at the backside because he can tell, you'll see the gap on his HUD display. The fact that Walmid is coming at a rate of knots at him. The back of that NSX is really not happy though. Those rears starting to cry a little. We just have 7.5 minutes to go, so just 7 minutes for Shell Shock to survive. Unless he crosses the line just before that 30-minute mark, in which he'll have an extra minute 30 of potential defending to do, but a 29.0 compared to a 26.8. Oh, but that's wide from Walmid. He just taken 2.2. I don't know why I'm saying best. He's down on his first sector. But Walmid, a little bit wide, a little bit eager through turn 3. Looking to just get the power down. Just a little bit too early, spinning the wheels, making the car understeer. There's Jambo in the Scirocco. He's in 4th place with Pilgrim Paddy. There's Quinn B. Hammercat still on those worn super soft tyres. He's just gone a bit wide through turn 3, just about keeps the car in check. But Quinn B is starting to catch up to Pilgrim Paddy. You can see the Samsung driver starting to push a little bit. He can smell blood in the way of the NSX. Through the corkscrew. Is that a bit wide there from Paddy? Yes, it was. I thought he went a bit wide. Let's have a look back. So Pilgrim Paddy through turn 10. It looks like once again he just drifts wide. It's gone in absolutely fine. But the power on the car just understood it. And off he goes. This time he does it in spectacular fashion. Again, keeps it facing the correct way, so we can just get back on the track, get on with it. But he's down to 6th, Quinn B up into the top 5. Meanwhile at the front, a 28.7 from Walmid. Obviously he didn't have the greatest first sector in the world. 29.0, so 0.3 of a second, just about. The gap now at 4.3. So that gap is closing on Walmid. Maybe he's smelling a victory for the season. The Michelin Audi TT car proving its worth around Laguna Seca. Obviously that pit stop has been crucial. A bit of lag playing up there. Yeah, that pit stop is possibly playing out as a crucial manoeuvre for Walmid. You can see Shell Shock now. Walmid can see the NSX. The monster NSX, and Walmid can see it. Surely this is now just going to be not a matter of if, but a matter of when, because that TT will have the advantage down the straight once Walmid's on the back. Lego getting out of the way as he gets lapped. But this could be a very exciting battle come the end of this race. There is just 4 minutes to go. You can almost sense, as we go on board with Walmid, you can see he's pushing the limits a little bit now. He can smell the blood. He is now starting to pull the pin once again, like he did on that first stint. Started to pull the pin to get himself preparation for his pit stop, to make sure he came out in clean air. Now he's pulling the pin to try and finalise that deal to win this race. Down to the final corner, there is just there'll be 3 minutes remaining as they cross the line, possibly just a bit more. So we're looking at 2, possibly 3 laps. 27.2 for Walmid. We are right on the tail of Shell Shock coming down into the Andretti hairpin. This is the 19th time these guys have gone round this circuit. Turn it right through turn 3 up to 4. Walmid can smell it. He is right on the tail. Back on board with the Audi TT. He had a little bit of a wiggle coming out of turn 4 into turn 5. Hits the brakes. He's more confident on the brakes, but not quite as nice a line there. Just about getting a decent exit though. That slipstream sucking him towards the NSX. Looks like he was having a little nose. He's looking to the outside of the corkscrew. Surely that's not going to work. Oh, he turns in, just clips the back end of Shell Shock. So none of them go off, which is good to see. But Walmid, he's going to have to think clever about this. He's got the faster car in a straight line. Use it down the main straight. That is the key here for the number 71. Better line through turn 11. This time he's going to have the traction. He's going to have the slipstream. He's going to have to go the long way around though. Shell Shock's not going to give this one up easily. He looks to the inside. Has he managed to? Yes, he has. I don't know how, but he's managed to get an Audi-sized gap down the inside there without incurring a penalty. What a fantastic move. Let's just have a little look back at that. So, chase cam with Walmid down towards the first corner. Now, Shell Shock thinks he's got this covered. He's gone to the inside. He thinks he's got it covered. A little bit of a tap from Walmid. But Walmid sends down the inside, and nothing Shell Shock can do with that one. So Walmid through to the lead of this race on lap number 20. 1 minute 50 to go. Which means they're definitely going to have one more lap, and Shell Shock is going to give this one up easily. Not until those tyres are absolutely gone will Shell Shock give that one up. Fortunately, none of the other guys are in much of a battle right now, which is why these two are getting all the attention. But Walmid is now pulling away from the NSX. Slowly but surely that slipstream is just about keeping Shell Shock there right now. Better line by Walmid through the corkscrew though. Just opens that gap out a little bit more. The Michelin driver will have one more lap, so I think he's going to get around. And he can't back off to let the time elapse. He's going to have to go around for this final lap. See there. DRC Monk letting the time elapse, so he's going to be the first to finish in 9th place. GT Raffo comes home in 3rd. It's a long wait. Lega comes home in 10th place. Rocky Ridge in 11th. We go back up to 4th because it'll be Jumbo RHM. He'll take 4th place in the Scirocco. Not a bad result, but I think he knows that car a little bit more capable around this circuit. Possibly a slightly different strategy would have paid off. Quinn B weaves around. He's delighted with the top 5. Pilgrim Paddy, he'll take 6th place. It's going to be Azeroth in 12th place. A few incidents along the way for Azeroth, meaning he couldn't quite get up as high as he probably would have liked. Mr. Dre in 7th. Hammercat will take home a top 8 position in his Scirocco after doing the whole race on racing super softs. But it's going to be this man. Oh, critical strategy accompanied by Shell Shock's mistake. And that's it. Walmid comes home to win at Laguna Seca, followed by Shell Shock.